You're always valuing what happened yesterday, and what you need is what's going to happen tomorrow. So that's a struggle. Yeah. So there are strategies everywhere from £50 a week up to £100 million, and they're different. Huh? They range differently from everyone, but and from country to country. To be fair, different countries have different tax laws. So different vehicles, but from your point of view, at the sort of normal end, I'm not going to call it the low end because I'm in that boat as well. It's as tax efficient as you can get it. That's where you start. You use all the tax efficiencies, and then you step up into different things.
Hi guys, welcome back to the show. It is your girl Sarah right here on Relaks Radio, and I'm super excited to be here because we're talking about the changes that are taking place all over the United Kingdom, but also the EU as well after Brexit. All right, so that's an important conversation that we're having, and I would absolutely love if you could share your thoughts and opinions with me, because all you need to do is just text me or call me on 07852473473. All right, so don't forget to share your thoughts and your opinions, because I would love to hear everything that you have to say. And don't forget to let me know how you feel about this as well. Do you feel that there is a lot of injustice and unfairness with regard to all of this huge burden that is suddenly being placed on the spouses of of foreign spouses of British citizens, or on other, or even businesses, because they have to completely follow two separate, or rather they have to follow completely different regimes when it comes to safety standards, when it comes to safety regulations in their products, right? So let me know what your thoughts are, because all you need to do is just text me or call me on 07852473473, and don't be shy to actually share your thoughts and opinions with me. And also, while we're at it, don't actually forget to let me know what you're thinking with regard to everything that's happening in the world, because if you want to stay updated and if you want to stay informed about all of the news that is happening, all you need to actually do is to go like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, and actually make sure that you've subscribed to our YouTube channel as well, because then everything is pretty much easy. You're going to be informed of when our live streams are happening, and you can always comment, you can drop in a text and let me know what you are thinking. All right, so don't be shy to do that. And also don't forget to actually go download our app, right? Because the app is available on both the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store, which means you can listen in from either your iOS or your Android device, but also from wherever you are in the world, or you're doing whatever it is that you're doing. Okay, and now let's actually head into our conversation, because before we get into this conversation about what changes are taking place across the United Kingdom with regard to the EU and whatnot, I want to very quickly talk to you about the safety of women in Taliban controlled Afghanistan. All right, now when the Taliban were in fact last in power, we know that things didn't really seem all that great for women. All right, and obviously that is because when it came to these women, when it came to getting their rights, they were only supposed to, or they were only given specific set of rights that were within the confines of Islam, right? And for example, if they were heading out, they had to make sure they were fully dressed, they were covered in a hijab, or and they were fully covered, and they also had to make sure that they were heading out with a male relative. Okay, so obviously it's important that it's pretty much important that these things had to be upheld, because if they didn't do that, they could probably get like beaten or tortured or even executed. All right, now in the days since the Taliban swept back into control, their leaders have basically insisted that this time will be different, right? But in terms of these women, can you actually guarantee that it's going to be different, right? Because these women are in fact fearing for their lives, they're fearing for their rights, and it's really there's basically no guarantee that says, look, what, you're definitely going to get your rights as long as it's within the confines of Islam, right? Because there is no guarantee, and that is what's absolutely scary as well. And right now they've actually been asked to stay at home until they figure out a new safety or security procedure, because the new forces who are in the Taliban army are not aware that they can't mistreat women and that they can't harass women if they aren't, for heading out without a male relative and whatnot. All right. So it's very, very important to keep that in mind as well, because Mr. Mujahid had said that women should actually stay at home until they have a new procedure in place. And, that means that they can't go to work and whatnot. So if they can't go to work, their salaries will in fact be paid in their homes. Right now, that is basically what they have stated. So it's absolutely, scary, and it's terrifying for these women as well. And that's why a lot of them have tried to flee as soon as they possibly could. And obviously, with the Taliban stating that these women can't actually, or people in general can't flee after these international or other foreign troops leave Afghanistan has actually made the situation much, much worse and much hard for a lot of these people. All right. So basically what Mr. Mujahid said was that he's worried that the new forces are not actually well trained yet to to not mistreat women, right? Because he said that we don't want our forces, God forbid, to harm or harass our women. All right. So that seems to be the very latest. Now, make sure you stay tuned, because we're actually going to head into a small break now. And after that, we will be back to discuss this further. So obviously, until then, make sure to stay tuned.
And it gives them something to look at, and it makes them laugh. It makes them laugh. So that's why I do it.
Oh, and it could be a really good pickup line as well. Ladies who ask, "Hey, excuse me, so why are you wearing something so colorful?" I mean, hey, you can always have something up on your sleeve. I mean, got me thinking. You want to stand out. Why do you want to stand out though so much, especially with these kind of shirts when you're riding? There must be a purpose behind it, right?
Well, when you say a purpose, Nick, what I do, I wear the shirts, mainly one because they're nice and bright, so they make me visible, especially if I'm riding on the road.
Okay. I mean, yeah, that's very important, right? Because you want cars, yeah.
Very important. And also, like, people see me in like calves, and perhaps I shouldn't be saying this on here, I suppose, but in the bar afterwards.
All right.
And it gives them something to look at, and it makes them laugh. It makes them laugh, so that's why I do it.
Oh, and it could be a really good pickup line as well. Ladies who ask, "Hey, excuse me, so why are you wearing something so colorful?" I mean, hey, you can always have something up on your sleeve. I mean, you look like a guy who would do.
You know me too well. You know me too well, Nick.
guys, welcome back to the conversation. It is your girl Sarah right here on Relax Radio, and we are talking about all the changes that are taking place across the United Kingdom with regard to Brexit. Right now, earlier we were talking about how safety rules have been extended for a lot of companies in the United Kingdom because of all of the changes that they've had to make. Right now, the government has actually pushed back a deadline for the launch of post-Brexit product safety standards by allowing companies to actually follow EU rules until 2023. And this is in fact in the latest climb down amid concerns over the economy. Right, obviously, it's very important to keep in mind that with Brexit and with COVID, things have been very hard for these companies, right? So it's not like these companies themselves can actually invest more money to sort of get these safety standards, to get these safety rules, because the truth is, obviously, in addition to getting all of these safety rules and safety standards and whatnot, they also have to spend a lot of money to do that, right? And now, given the fact that they have to follow two separate regimes when they're selling products in the UK versus when they're selling products in the EU, that has caused a lot of changes for them. And also in terms of the cost, that has taken a toll on them as well. Right now, in addition to all of those safety rules being extended, something else that is causing a lot of chaos is that families are like being torn apart because ministers have failed to secure rights of foreign spouses of British citizens who are living in the European Union. All right, so what's important to keep in mind is because of these changes, ministers have made it very hard for these families to be together, and these families are facing a lot of chaos and a lot of distress as well, because they haven't been able to because they've only been given a specific amount of time to actually get with their families and make decisions that could potentially affect their entire futures. All right, and before Brexit, all EU nationals, including the British, were actually free to move from one member state to another with family members, regardless of where they are. Right, but after Brexit, obviously, UK citizens, non-British spouses, including Germans, French, and even Spanish nationals, need to apply for pre-settled status before 29th of March next year. All right, so that is the very latest, and that is what is happening. Now, make sure to stay tuned, because I will be here tomorrow, same place, same time, same frequency, to share all of the very latest conversation that is happening in the world. So make sure to stay tuned, and I honestly hope you have an absolutely amazing day. So make sure to stay tuned, because we have a lot of other RPs here to give you the most amazing conversation